When you come in with a Start button, which is the module menu. The modules are in alphabetical order: accounts payable, receivable, you can all read them. Process automation is used for EDI. Open My Cove folder just opens up Windows Explorer in the folder where documents are written to by the Stream user, or you can start another session. If you start another session, it will automatically log you in. So if you're in order entry and you need to look something up and you're in a point where you can't get out, you can click start another session. If you have two things going at once, you can run multiple versions of Stream. As soon as you pick a module, it then opens up an additional 4 or 5 menus. These menus are pretty much standardized on operations, lookups, reports, and maintenance, and they pull down to give you your various options. To the right of that, you have the most recently used menu. This menu is maintained by the system based upon what views you've gone into, and it normally keeps about 20 of them on there. So if you close something and want to go back into it, you can go over to the most recently used menus and pick it. So for example, we can go to customer management here, which takes us to exactly the same place as if we would have gone off of the menu system into customer management. To the right of the most recently used is the My Cove menu. The My Cove menu lets you put menu options on it that you would like to have all for yourself, so that you don't have to go through multiple menus. For example, somebody in accounts payable would like to have access to the customer management view, so they can put it on their My Cove menu instead of going through the regular menu system to get there. Next to the My Cove, and you add things to the My Cove menu by opening a view. Let's say, for example, we'll open project management here, and we want to add it to My Cove. We go down here and say add current view to My Cove. Now I'm a systems operator, so it will ask me which operator I want to add it to. If you're not a system operator, it just adds it to your own menu. And it tells you what it did. So now if we look at the My Cove menu, we'll see we've got project management on it. Next to the My Cove menu is the My Group menu. The My Group menu is similar to the My Cove menu, except that it is available to everybody within the particular group. So if I were to take an item like opportunity management and add it to my group, it asks me which group I want to add it to. And now anybody in group A, which I'm not part of, would see opportunity management. Role E is used by larger companies that need to track what rights, what users have, in that you put role exceptions onto that menu. My example earlier of accounts payable normally does not have access to customer management. If in a particular situation somebody needed to have access to that, you would add it to the Role E menu, and then when you produced an audit report for user rights, it would show that Mary in accounts payable, in addition to having all of her accounts payable functionality, has an exception, would have access to company management. The Windows pull down is just for managing your screens. You can minimize all of your windows. You can restore your windows. The only thing that I've ever seen anybody use is to pull this down if you have a lot of views opened and you've lost track of which view is where. This will give you a list of the views that you have, so you can click on the view and bring it to the forefront. If you have multiple monitors and you disconnect one, or if you access your stream from different devices that have different monitor sizes, you can have situations where something will be either completely off of the screen or stuck in a corner. You can hit the Shift Home key, which will bring it back to the upper left-hand corner. So if you click on a menu option and nothing appears, there's a good chance that it's off the side of your screen somewhere. So hitting Shift Home will bring it back to your visible portion of your screen. Then the last option here is the Help option. The Help option lets you go to our system documentation. We're in the process of revising our system documentation. This is the new version. I'll show you how to get to the old version. The first thing you see is our update listings. On a daily basis, we record changes we've made to the system, and they show here in reverse date order. So you can say, oh, something's changed on receiving. What happened? And here you can see the recent editing history of the receiving program. SysOps will frequently look at this to see if there's something new that will entice them to do an update. If you want to look at documentation, this is the new documentation system. You can also go to the older version of the documentation. The new documentation is a work in process. The older documentation is older, but still has some useful information in it. One of the nice things about the new documentation is the wildcard search or full text search. So you can say things like email invoices, and this shows you everywhere there are documents for emailing invoices. So it's easier to search. The new help system, the older help system has the links are more stable. The links in the new system are not fully completed yet. So if you look for something, easiest way is a full text search here, or you can go through the table of contents and find documentation. Additionally, on the help system, you can go to our website where there are application notes and things that you may want to look up. There's a lot of information here. You can send a support note. You can reset your preferences. Resetting preferences is primarily window positions. If you have something that's off the screen or a panel that's too small, you can reset your preferences here, and that puts everything back to a clean system. You have refresh user control policies. This is something you'll use fairly rarely. But an example, for example, at OFM, if a user needs a policy change, they call their sysop, Hank, and say, can you change this for me? Hank changes it. Instead of having to log out and log back into Stream to get the new policy behavior, they would just refresh user controls, and then the system will behave the way they expect it. You can select skinning. If your system has skinning turned on, you can select different types of skins, which change the look and feel of Stream with colors and fonts and shapes of objects. So that's the menu system.